good afternoon again, everyone. It's now the 21st, and we are going to take the 10 and the applicator back to the hog house over there where our new shed is. And then I believe the 14 is going back over there. And then we're going to hook up the stock trailer, I believe, and bring it back around here so that tomorrow evening we can load pigs to go to the fair. So everything's in motion. We started with a little snowball. The snowball is starting to grow as it goes down the hill. So we're well on our way to fair time. One thing I wanted to talk about while we have the 10 around, and since I'm not doing anything right now, we're waiting on some information, I believe. This is a 1976 International Harvester 1066 black stripe. 1976 was the only year they made international black stripes. This is a true black stripe. It's been restored. My Uncle Dan restored it and repainted and everything. The true black stripe, which means it's actually a 1976 1066. There's others out there that guys, they thought it was so cool that they painted them as a 1066 as a black stripe. It also has, this is factory, it has this is an extra fuel tank right here. Obviously also repainted and restored. It has a dent right here in it, but that's because we use it. This is my grandpa's. He bought it, I forget what year he bought it, but he had a white stripe that burnt, and then he bought this black stripe. So yeah, like I said, it's an extra fuel tank. I don't know, I think it's about the same size as the actual fuel tank, so twice as many gallons of fuel. So yeah, it's a pretty nice machine. We use it for everything, almost a lot of stuff. We use it to side dress. We use it. We disc with it. So we disc with it sometimes. When my grandpa first got our beam planter, he used the 10 on it, but it didn't have enough hydraulic power pressure to pump wasn't strong enough to lift the planter, so we moved it to the 50. But yeah, that's my grandpa's 1066 black stripe for you. This evening, I think we're going to go up to the fairgrounds and set all this stuff up in the beef barn. These partitions right here, and the fans, cage, and everything, all this fan cage stuff. So I think that's gonna be our plan for this evening. But on Thursday, I did tie these calves up. Calves up. They are tied up now. We did go on a camping trip to Quaker Haven this weekend. We got back about noon today. So I left them untied so that neighbor could do our chores for us easier. But so yeah, now I came back here at like noon or whatever time we got home. I'm tying them back up, so they're just getting used to being tied up, and Charlie's just chilling. That's where he lays down anyway. He couldn't care less. So yeah, we're in preparation for county fair. I'm sure I've said that multiple times, and y'all are probably tired of hearing me say that, but it's true. Yep, like I said before, we're on a downhill slope. It's gonna be a lot of late nights and early mornings this next week. So I'll make sure to keep you guys updated, and stay tuned from here on. So I went ahead and moved the 10 home here. I washed it off the other day. Actually, I have to get the 10 off the other day, but it got parked in the mud, which is halfway my fault. So I'm going to rinse off the bottom the bottom 5 discs and knives, because they sat in the mud, and the tires. And then I think I'm going to take it over to the hog house. That's where Dad wanted it, but we couldn't find the jack a minute ago, so whatever. Alright, we'll watch this stuff drop. we did get the applicator unhooked. Well, that right now it's it's about 10 till 3. I did get to go ahead. I can go ahead and load Roscoe with all this stuff. This is what I'm gonna do here. I have, like I said, I have everything. I have our bucket here full of screws, and I need to go home and get some zip ties, I think. But other than that, I think we're good to go, and let's load this stuff. Well, we got us a change of plans here. That fan cage stuff was too long for the bed of the truck. So Dad just told me to hook up the livestock trailer because the old spray trailer over there is full of crap. Full of scrap crap. So we'll just fill this up. Won't take me too long. Oh, that's real nice. Somebody, probably me, forgot a hanger in Converse Fair. Oh, now, yeah, that was me. I wondered where that hanger was. Oh, door just blew shut. Alright, we'll load this sucker up. That's it. All this stuff right here is aluminum, so it's not that heavy. Those fans are metal, and those are definitely not aluminum, because carrying 2 at a time was heavier than I thought they might be. But, oh well, I got them in here. So, I'll close this middle gate so none of it slides back and in on our way up to Peru later. So, yeah, we're gonna haul the show box and the grooming chute up to the fair. Try to lock that. Up to the, yeah, I did. Up to the fair, probably Monday when we take calves up, because that's how it worked out for Converse. You slide the grooming chute in there, you tie all 4 calves up, and then you slide the grooming chute in there, and then you roll the show box up in there, and the generator. I think we're gonna take a generator and stuff. So it's hot out. I think it's like 91 or 2, which, you know, whatever. There's a nice little breeze coming in, but from the south. So it's about 3:30 right now. I think I'm gonna go home and park this, and then probably go do my chores. So I think Mom said she wanted us to have supper first before we go up there, so we'll see how that works out. Well, hello once again, everyone. I went home and did a couple things, and now it's chore time, so we're gonna do some chores, but it's gonna be a little bit differently than they've been done before. Since you obviously can't just dump feed into a tote for them. But first I wanted to give an update. Dad is changing the oil as we speak, or it's draining as we speak. So we can take this 7 or the 12 up to the fair, and then I think he's gonna said he wanted to take the 7 right there, and he also wanted to take a little red. I'm assuming he wants to take the other one, but he might take that one. So that's the update of all our tractors that are going to the fair. But enough talk. Let's start feeding these guys. Charlie gets, well, I have to use one hand for this. Charlie gets a generous handful here, and then I'll just slide it down there for him so he can eat that real quick. And then these 2 guys get about a scoop and a half. Well, we'll go 2 scoops. We'll go 2 scoops. Actually, no, they won't eat all that. We'll go a scoop and a half. They get a scoop and a half here, and I'll climb in there and throw that down for him. And then Andy gets 3 scoops of the Kalmbach feed and 1 scoop of our feed. Alrighty, now take this bucket over there and dump it in his little feeder. There we go. And then I need to throw another bale of hay down for Charlie. We ran out of grass hay over there, so we'll just give him alfalfa. It's just a couple more days here, so I'll throw another bale down for him so he can start munching on that. And then I'll go over to the pasture and then good choice, calves. There you go. Good choice, sitting inside in the shade. There's not that much shade out in their little pasture right there. These trees, this whole tree line, this used to be a railroad running all the way through here. Actually, it's the same one that goes, the same tracks used to go there. It goes by our house. But anyway, that tree line sucks. And it's wonderful and it sucks at the same time. In the wintertime, it's an awesome windbreak. Like, there's barely, like, it doesn't get very windy back here. Trouble is, in the summertime, it's also an awesome windbreak. So you get no breeze. It's usually about, I don't know, 10 degrees warmer on this side of the tree line, on the east side of the tree line, than it is than it would be if there was no trees. So anyway, enough chatter from me. I'll get these guys fed, and we'll head back home. Once, come to think of it, this guy, that guy, and that guy, the white one in the back there, it's been almost 1 year since I showed you guys. Yeah, almost 1 year. And they're still dogs. They're still big dogs. Not as bad as Andy. Andy's awful. He's a huge dog. And a brat too. So anyway, we'll feed him here. Well, we're back here with the cows. Hey girls. Hey everybody. Hey girl. Like we've done for a long time, we just give them a little bit of feed to support their milk production. This is number 69, I believe, and she is walking about 1,500 times better than she was the other day. Oh, except for that part, except for that spell. But anyway, I did bring a mineral block back here. What day was that? Wednesday, I think, because we were informed by our veterinarian that they had a copper deficiency. Because they weren't losing all their winter hair, so we got a mineral block and brought it back here. They seem to be looking away at that. Looking right here and see if the calves will let me get close to them. I haven't socialized out here for a little while. Hey, you two. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Yeah. Yeah, you're okay. Hey, buddy. Whew, you guys are muddy and it's. Whew, there's a lot of flies out here, girls and guys. Wait, are you the steer? What number are you? What for number are you here? I think you're the heifer. I think the other steer is out there laying out there. Alright, well, oh, okay, you don't have to get up. Unless you want to. You can get up if you want to. Oh no. That was the steer back there. I'm surprised to let me get quite close to him. This is the heifer right here. Hey girl, what are you doing? Are you just out here? Oh, okay. Are you just out here chilling, girl? Just out here chilling? This is the heifer that was a dwarf heifer. She was born like really tiny, and her shoulders were really jacked up. But she seems to be growing out. She's kind of a little wonky, but she seems to be growing up fairly well for a calf that was pretty much an experimental calf. Haven't you, girl? Haven't you, girl? So, all right, well, I'll let them back to their eating, and then I'll take you guys back, and we'll go back and check the water. All right, well, I'm looking pretty good here. It's full, but it's overflowing because of the rain. I don't think the float is quite set the correct way, but it's full, so that's good. That means it's flowing. Still have water. I just come back here every day or every other day and check their water since it's so hot, because if the cow doesn't have water and she's pregnant, she will abort her calf more than likely, depending on how long they've been without water. So, and we don't need cows aborting calves. So we need to keep their water nice and flowing and nice and cold, so they stay cooled off, and then come over and sit in the shade and whatever. So, alrighty, I guess I'll see you back at Grandma's. Well, we're back down here at Grandma's, obviously, as you can tell. I'm gonna go ahead and give these guys some water. They're probably really thirsty. Everett didn't eat all his feed quite, but Shooter did, or somebody ate all of it. I'll hang this back up here, so when we get done with watering, he can eat some more if he wants. That's probably why he's not eating, is because his mouth is so dry. So we'll take Shooter here first, I guess, and take him over to the water tank. This is a simple, easy way to tie and untie a calf rope halter. It's a certain way to just unloop it and then pull it, and then it'll come loose. Whew. You're Dashti. Dashti is Pennsylvania Dutch for thirsty. If you didn't know, when I was 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, I think, my babysitters were Amish. So I was pretty much, during the summertime, I was pretty much a little Amish boy in shorts, pretty much. They did live on a dairy farm. They milked Holsteins, and that's one thing I so wish I would have paid more attention, and I was a little bit older, because I would have loved to help around there. I think the extent of my help there, my babysitters, was I believe all I did was I did help in the milk parlor just a little bit. I whacked the cows' feet over so they get in line, and then I also dipped their teats in iodine. I believe was the extent of my help. But other than that, I just dinked around and walked around and did all their stuff. So yeah, that's how I know so much Pennsylvania Dutch was. They spoke it, and I learned it, and I was young enough. It didn't take very long to catch on, and so anyway, yeah, that's all. So if you hear me start talking and like something you can't understand, that's probably Pennsylvania Dutch. So, all right, well, I'll water the other 3 calves here, and then I think I might go home for a little bit. So, and I think I'm gonna film a little bit at the fairgrounds when we set up everything. So. See you then. So it's after supper now. We're gonna head on up there. It's about 6:30. We got the 4-wheeler in there. We just use it to run it back and forth to the camper since it's down at the end. And then a pitchfork and a wheelbarrow in case we need to haul some bark around to the beef barn. And then shavings and the fan cage and the extension cord. So I also need to grab some zip ties here and an impact. For the camper jacks. But I guess we'll see you up at the fair in about a half an hour. Well, we're here at the fair now. Looks like Michael maybe spread some bark in here for us. We'll have to spread that out, which we brought stuff to do that with. Our spots here are 30 through 32, so right here. So we'll probably put it right here somewhere, and then 30, 31, and 32, and we'll probably need to put another one right here between Clark's and us. So we got everything around. There's a bunch of stuff going on. It's pageant night, I believe, Princess and Duchess. And we also are going to spread some shavings because this bark stains, which is fine, stains white fur. So we'll start setting stuff up. Well, we got the fan cage set up at the fair. I didn't show a picture of it because I forgot. But it's all ready for next week, minus the shavings. We didn't spread those around, which is fine. But now we're going to go into Peru for a minute. My sister Dessa wanted to stay and watch the Princess pageant, or Duchess, whatever the heck it is. So I think they're going to be driving some old cars through Peru. So I think that's going to be it for this video.